welcome back wood lovers. It's Tommy's Tonewoods, and today we are looking at some big leaf maple, some Acer macrophyllum, also known as Oregon maple, and in this case we are looking at some quilted and slightly spalted maple, and that is just doing everything for me right now. I love this stuff. Look at that colour. There you go, check that out. I love that. Beautiful. So this comes from our lovely friends at Unique Woods of the Northwest, based in the Rainforests in Oregon, and just the best people. Big shout out especially to Bronwyn, who's been helping me out research this timber. So Unique Woods of the Northwest, go check out their website because it's fascinating. Not only have they got beautiful woods on there, but their story is really interesting, and their commitment to sustainability, to protecting the environments from which this maple comes from, is just really good to see. And you can tell that these people are really passionate about everything to do with their practice. What I really liked as well, how's this for service? We've got a beautiful handwritten note on some really lovely timber, which is probably going to be used for the head plate and the back strap on the headstock for this guitar. So let's get into talking about this quilted maple, because it's just beautiful stuff and it's really interesting. So quilting figure or blister figure is kind of what we're seeing here, and I'm gonna give you a little blast with a magic spray so it really kind of becomes pronounced. It also bring out the color here as well, because it's really next level stuff. But that kind of waviness that we're seeing is typically associated with big leaf maple. You do find it in other species as well, things like sapele, and famously quilted mahogany from the tree, which we'll talk about in another episode. So what happens is, in the growth layer of the tree, you get these kind of dense blisters, these packets of distortions in the grain. And it's only really, it only becomes apparent when the timber is flat sawn, so when it's tangential to the growth rings on the tree. So imagine that this roll of sandpaper is a log. The growth rings are going like this, and when a board is flat sawn, the board is taken from across the way like this. So the jury is still largely out as to what causes this kind of figure. Some people say that it's a kind of genetic aberration. Other people say it's a result of environmental factors, stresses on the timber, nutrient availability, this kind of thing. I mean, I sit on the fence a little bit. I think it's a little bit of both, and chatting to the folks at Unique Woods, they're kind of on the same thought path with that. And interestingly, Bronwyn was telling me that they are working with a cloning project to kind of get a better handle on what it is that produces the kind of figure. So what they're doing is taking little shoots from the logs that they've taken down and replanting those shoots in exactly the same spot that the original tree stood. And I guess, you know, in 100 years, we'll find out if that kind of figure is replicated, and maybe we'll get to the bottom of exactly what causes this kind of figure. So the folks in the mill have cut this to my specification, so it's actually very close to how I would want the kind of finished dimensions on my plate, and so it's typically quite a bit thinner than your standard set that you might get, and as a result we're not going to get too much in the way of a useful kind of tap response from this, but it's got a nice kind of kick drum feel to it, and there's some really nice sustain there as well. I'm kind of torn with what to pair it with. Maybe some redwood, maybe some coastal redwood, you know, to kind of keep it with those kind of northwest vibes. But who knows? Who knows? One of my favourite maple guitars that I ever heard or ever played was it was one by my friend Leo Buendia. It was a bird's eye maple modified dreadnought, and that thing was just an absolute cannon. Yet again, this is one of those sets that I just want to build with straight away. I brought it in primarily because it's just so beautiful. I don't have a project in mind for it, but I've been itching to build with it. But I'm glad that we finally got to share this with you and make a video. Big thanks again to Bronwyn and the folks at Unique Woods of the Northwest. Please make sure to go check out their website because there's some fascinating stuff on there. And like I said, they're some of the good guys and super helpful, beautiful wood products and amazing service as well. So that's it for today. The order books are open. They've been shut for over a year now, but I'm taking a limited number of orders for 2026. Please get in touch if you are interested. Maybe you want some of this maple for your guitar. Make sure to click, like, subscribe, thumbs up, heart, all the things that you're supposed to do. It really helps support the channel and it will help me bring in some more timber delights to share with you. So until next time, take it easy.